Okay, so what have we been talking about lately? We've been reading a lot of stories and books, and we've been talking about what?
The author.
We've been talking about authors before, and also what else have we been talking about? Yeah, our story structure, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so why do you think all of these things are important to have in a story?
Know what's happening.
Right? Okay. Adriana?
So you know what character it is, and it's important for the author to put their names in, so you know what their name is.
If we didn't have a character or a setting in our story, would that be confusing?
Yes.
Would we know what we're really reading about?
No.
No, so they're important so we know what we're reading about. Why is a character important?
So you know who's supposed to be in the story.
Yes. Lily?
And the character and the problem of the story.
The character can have a problem in the story? Why is the setting important?
So you know where it is.
Yeah, so you know where it is?
So I'm like telling the story, and this is and the setting's at school.
You're right. It's important. Adriana, do you have anything to add?
It's important to know where they're at, because if the author doesn't put where they're at, it would be kind of confused.
It would be kind of confusing.
But if you like kind of see what is in the background and stuff, you can kind of tell where it is. But it's a little important where, because they can't just guess. They can
Give us like context clues.
yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes they don't say, Jimmy and Johnny are at the jungle, right? Sometimes they're like, there's leaves everywhere and there's trees. Well, where can you guess that is? The jungle, right? Somewhere outside, maybe. Why is the beginning, middle, and end important?
So you know which one they're in, if they're in the middle or the end.
Yeah. What if they were out of order? Would that matter?
No.
If I had the end at the beginning and the beginning at the end, would that matter?
Yes.
Yeah. Because sometimes you're like, what is going on, right?
Happily ever after.
Happily ever
It
after.
would say happily ever after. It would say happily ever after. Beginning
The
and Jimmy and John. Jimmy and John.
Yeah.
With leaves and trees, and then the middle would be like Jimmy and John having struggles finding like something.
You're right. Okay, so today, Miss Foltz put together these lovely anchor charts for us. So we have our character setting, beginning, middle, and end, okay? So today we're going to travel around. I'm going to put you in groups, and we're going to travel around the room and go to each anchor chart, all right? You're going to have a story beside your anchor chart, and one person out of your story is going to, or out of your group is going to read it, okay? And then I'm going to give you like 2 to 3 minutes, and I'm going to say, your character's changed. Your character is no longer Jimmy John, instead it's a dog. How does that change your story? That's what you're going to tell me, okay?
It's gonna change it
It's
a
going
lot.
to change. So you need to talk with your group while we're doing this and be like, why did that change? How is my story completely different, okay? So, let's see. I'm going to have Elena, Presley, and CJ be a group. Come start over here. And then I'll have Kayla, Blaze, Oliver, and Taylin be a group.
Everyone can read this.
Okay.
So you know what you're
I got a marker over here, but you can use your pencil if you'd rather. Then I will have Braylon, Izzy, Xander, and Gabriel be a group.
I'm writing this.
Okay.
Do you know the way?
Am I missing Izzy? Xander's going to be part of this group.
I'll do.
I will have Zachary, Adriana, and Richard. And then last, Ava, Lily, and Ariane. Okay? Okay. So you have a story. You have a story next to your paper, yes? Zachary, you're going to be the reader in this group, okay? Braylon, you're going to be a reader. Caleb, you're going to be a reader. Elena, you're going to be a reader. Ava, you're going to be a reader, okay? All right. Alright, it sounds like everybody's done reading. Does everybody get a gist of what their story's about?
Yes.
Okay, so listen. On this one, our characters changed. So think about who your characters are. And they have changed. What happens in your story? What happens if they change? What happens if Faye's not there? What happens if Faye's not there? What happens to your story? Talk about it as a group and write it down on your character.
What is that about to change your story to a T-Rex? It's about if the student setting in the beginning. How about a T-Rex now?
How would your story change? So how do you write about your character? Or talk about it as Who'd you guys character change to? It's okay. Who'd you guys decide who your character changed to? What if it happened? What if it changed to an animal? What kind of animal would you want in your story?
Like grandpa and grandma.
Alright, give me a thumbs up if you're good. Give me a thumbs down if you need maybe What? Arya? You guys need one more minute?
No.
You guys are good? Okay, I want you to leave you can actually travel with your marker so we know that that's your group. So take your marker and your group and rotate to the next one. All right, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to read your new story. Go.
I'm doing this.
Think about it. This is setting. Think about Alright, give me a thumbs up if you've read through your new story. But you read the story? Okay. Alright, so now your setting changed. Think about how your setting changed and how it changes the story. Go ahead. Ooh, garden. What was your setting? It was a garden. Oh, well, you're changing your setting. So where do you need to change it? And where?
The playroom.
How would you say change?
change if your character.
Maybe like a full plate. Inside where? Where's that?
So can you print it?
Wow.
So how that change your story? There was just one in the order.
A dog.
Plant in here.
For the person to
Where'd you guys, where's yours at? The jungle? Look at this.
Around here is
Alright, give me a thumbs up if you are good and a thumbs down if you need maybe one more minute. Good? You guys need one more minute?
Yes.
Okay. Is that what you need, right? Alright, I want you to take your marker and your group and switch. Alright, I'm going to give you a couple minutes to read your new story. Go ahead. Hey, Zachary. Zachary, can you turn on the floor, please? Sure, moving my camera a little bit. It's okay.
I'm okay.
Actually, I'm going to be writing.
Oh, So B for wait, let me see the
Alright, now we are going to change the beginning of the story. What happens in the beginning of the story usually? What is introduced?
the character.
The characters, and the characters usually have what? A problem. Good, Ariane. So look at the beginning of your story and think about what the problem is and how that could change if we change the beginning of the story, okay?
Allowed to lost Saturday just problem that they lost the dog, and then the dog came in the zoo.
Okay, so let's look at our story. Okay, let's go look at the story now. Let's look at this story now. Okay, so what in this story is what's happening at the beginning of the story?
Okay, there were the characters.
Okay, and that's not our story. It tells you the setting. What are they doing in the story at the beginning? They're celebrating for fishing, and they have an animal. They go and they plant flowers. So how did that change? What if instead of the characters feeling excited about it, what if they nobody came to the park? Nobody planted flowers. There's no flowers at the festival. I love these ideas. Can you guys decide on and together?
Whatever Zach was.
Okay, so Zachary, I like that idea.
Can I write Jeff? He stole his lunchbox. Oh wait, no, he fell down. It's I forgot to say TH in the story we're making is fell down and Jen fell down and
Zachary, just reach your next step.
So in your story, he's going to be pushing Jen down.
and then not. Sorry. It was the only one that You just added the my cousin Spanish loves the tree as made going out going to the so I'm like How do you spell no? Just We're doing
Okay.
so. I'm Zachary's middle.
What else do you guys need to write? He's the only one who planted flowers.
You already wrote notes. One and else help. Is that it? What else is after that? I said N-O. Owen.
How do you spell that
O.
one?
Okay, but no one what?
Okay, read it.
No one else wants to help. Hey Siri.
All right, give me a thumbs up if you are done with the beginning. Okay, I'm gonna give this group up here like 30 seconds. Talk about in your group how it changed. What happened differently when you changed it? All right, I want you to take your marker in your group and switch. We have 2 more rotations. All right, I'm going to give you some time to read your new story. Go ahead. Well, just refresh.
Hey
So at the beginning, what were they doing?
All right, I want you to think about at the beginning of problem in this story. Think about it. Because the middle is kind of like a brainstorm. The middle is kind of like when they try to think of ideas to solve their problem. So think about your beginning and what your problem is, and how if your middle changed, what would happen.
How do you spell shop?
Wait, just do your best guess.
What's your job?
Okay, so there you go. What's their idea to solve this problem? The middle is like trying to figure out the idea. Your middle figure. What would happen if they go in and they want to design? Look at the story.
How do you spell
They ended up in the same group. So they ended up in the same group. That's what happened in your middle. And then think about what would change if they I hear a lot of good conversations. Keep it up, guys.
They can buy a water stand without what? That Tennessee's nice.
How many different changes? How
How do you spell ball?
It's too long.
So this story, was there a clear problem in this book? It wasn't really a clear problem, was it? Just kind of telling a story. Some stories don't have like a major problem. They just have, they were just telling something that happened. This one kind of is more of a happy story than a story that has a major problem. And on the other story, where was there? The problem was kind of very, kind of towards the end, they even talked about how they didn't know how they were going to build with the marshmallows. So this story might need a problem, right? I mean, if we were to change this one, it would be a good story to change because we could put a problem in there and maybe like let's read their problem. What does it say? That Nate was the only one who planted flowers, but no one else did. So what happened if they go to the flower festival and there's no flowers? Would that change the story? Yeah. So what if they, instead of planting flowers, they all brought water?
You don't have
But I think no one else did. And I think it's the end. So on here, mom probably can plant 5 flowers. What if mom says, you can't plant any flowers? We're just gonna go watch. Yeah, or maybe he wasn't allowed to.
Alright, give me a thumbs up if you have written what you wanted to write and you guys are good to go. Alright, I want you to take your group and your markers and we're going to go to our last one. Alright, start reading your stories.
Every year. Celebrate the first day of spring. They have all planting every day. Was so excited.
Yes, that too. All right, I want you to think about the ending of your story. The ending is usually where we find the solution. So think about the solution that your characters have thought of, and I want you to write that down. What is the solution in your story? What's the solution? What's the ending? Please use that marker if you write this. What's the solution in your story?
they started racing the first time.
Okay. Okay. What did they end up doing? Where'd they go?
They went to the store and bought flowers, but they got 5.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna just try to see
Oliver, no thank you. Spring on the roof is kind of about
Did they feel me? And they got so fast, they got to go to.
The boy had she's been crazy. Helped you with the white. Call her crazy. I read.
So how did your story end?
They celebrated spring for the first time. Very first time. They got 20 flowers. They went to see the flowers.
Okay, so when they went in this story, they finished, they walked around. So instead of walking around to see the flowers, what are they doing? They're celebrating. And they picked 20 flowers each.
How do you spell very? Jungle. Who put that number jungle? Someone put dog on that one too. Whoa, what happened? You can't play it. You can play it as jump line. Dude! Yes, they Wait, hold it just right there. Yeah, just hold it there until I say it. Okay. Well, let's not Leave me. Okay, that's good. Oh, do it. Yeah, we wrote all of it. I think the
All right. You guys can bring your markers to me, and then go have a seat at your desk, and we're going to talk about it a little bit. Thank you. Did you swim?
No.
So what do you guys think about this?
No.
What did this help us learn?
Nothing.
It helped us realize the different parts, Raylan.
It helps us realize that if you change one thing in the story, it can change the entire story.
Right, good. Adriana?
It helps us know how to spell more.
That helped you spell and find out some words. Okay. So if we changed our characters in the story, was that like a big thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of our stories were about people, right?
Yeah.
But what if they were about animals?
No.
Then we change our story, right? And probably our setting too. I'm going to give you guys maybe like a couple minutes. You guys can travel around and read what your groups wrote on these anchor charts, okay? See the different ideas that people came up with in our different parts of our story.